Imagine standing in a lush green forest. You hear the gentle gurgling of the stream, the rustling of leaves, and the distant chirping of birds. Suddenly, at the edge of the forest, a fire ignites. It quickly spreads until the entire forest is engulfed in flames. A deer, terrified and pleading for escape, stands in shock. A goldfinch, once flying vibrantly, falls to the ground dead. You stand there, helpless, unable to stop the fire. Instead of standing helpless, what if you took action? Perhaps you alone couldn't stop the fire, but your one spark of effort would inspire others to join in, and together you'd create a force strong enough to save the forest. That's the power of interconnectedness. How one person can ignite change and not ignite the forest. My name is Shrija, and today I want to talk about how small individual actions can create powerful waves of change. As a child, I loved chasing squirrels in my garden and listening to bullfrogs croak every evening. There was something so peaceful about the natural world, and yet, even as a child, I could notice that something wasn't right. While I enjoyed the sounds of nature, I noticed the trees around me were disappearing. They were being replaced by concrete jungles. In grade 7, I was introduced to the word sustainability. This concept opened my eyes even more to the contradictions in society. How could we ever justify cutting down forests to build factories that produce eco friendly products? The very idea felt like an irony, like reading a piece of dark humor. Ha. And that's when I began to wonder, what if one person stood up and said, "No, this isn't right"? What if, instead of accepting things as they are, each one of us took action? Wouldn't that one action inspire others to join in? When I first heard about eco anxiety, it struck a chord within me. It felt like I had been living with this invisible weight, this fear for the planet, but I did not know what to do with it. I learned that many of us feel this way, overwhelmed by the scale of environmental problems, unsure of where to start or how to make a difference. There is no planet B. This realization hit me like a wave, filled with anger, urgency, and despair. Why don't we channel technological advancements to creating a more safer, a sustainable future? Global data shows an increase in searches related to climate anxiety by 4,590% from 2018 to 2023. The United Nations Development Programme conducted Climate Vote 2024, the world's largest standalone public opinion survey on climate change. Results reveal that over 80% of the respondents support stricter action to combat climate change, with many reporting feelings of eco anxiety. Big numbers, I know it's hard to digest. But here's the thing, eco anxiety doesn't have to paralyze us. Instead, it can motivate us, it can push us to take action and to connect with each other. You may feel small in the grand scheme of nature, but your actions, however tiny, matter. One determined individual choosing to turn their anxiety into action can inspire everyone around them. One person's small effort links up with others, creating a powerful cycle of action. As uncertainty and loss of control drive climate change, the best treatment is to take action. In the famous words of Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. I like to think that power and responsibility are not linear, they are cyclic. With great power comes great responsibility. With great responsibility comes great power. Each one of us has a responsibility towards the world around us. And with that comes great power. Now, let's take a break. Let's talk about burgers. That does look like a burger, right? Because I drew that. Now, stay with me, it'll make sense. The top bun looks impressive, just like the policymakers who frame environmental policies. The bottom bun is sturdy, holding everything together, much like the individual actions that support those policies. But what makes a burger truly delicious is the filling, and that is community action. Communities bring flavor, substance, and strength to the movement. But here's the kicker, without the bottom bun, the whole burger falls apart. This is exactly why individual actions are so important. Even if one individual decides to take that first step, they support and feed the broader movement. They make the whole thing work. I saw this firsthand during my time as a panelist on World Oceans Day conference. People from all walks of life gathered for a common cause, and that is to protect our oceans. What struck me wasn't just the passion in the room. It was how it had all started with individual commitments. Each person there had chosen to act, and their individual actions had come together to form a collective force. For me, it was a moment of clarity. I thought about how my love for environment had brought me here. I came to see that we need not be extraordinary people to bring change. We can be normal people choosing to act. Individual actions form the basis for community action. Have you ever noticed how one person standing up for something can inspire everyone else to do the same? It's like a domino effect. One person's individual actions, like conserving water, saving plants, or conserving waste, can inspire an entire group to act, which then grows into a community. And several such communities come together to form a macro community. But it all starts with one step, one person deciding to make that change. Oneness doesn't just stop at environmental action. It transcends into every facet of our interconnected world. Ask a child what the future looks like, and they'll tell you about flying cars and humanoid robots. They cannot imagine a thriving environment in their techno-utopia. When they cannot imagine a green future, how do we expect them to fight for it? But when one person steps up, others see, learn, and follow. It's all interconnected. Think of it this way. A forest is made up of many different trees. Each tree plays a vital role in the ecosystem. The roots of one tree connect to those around it, sharing water and nutrients. You can see the roots of the tree shaking hands. When one tree falters, the others feel it. Just like those individual trees, our individual actions affect everyone around us. One person's decision to act or not can send ripples through the community. The journey from feeling eco-anxiety to taking action may seem daunting, but it all starts with one step. One person deciding to make a change. When individuals take those steps together, They form powerful, interconnected communities capable of real and lasting change. Eco anxiety can be battled with eco optimism. Behavioral studies show that youth who have involved themselves in climate action show a significant decrease of eco anxiety within them. Let us commit to being that one spark, that one drop in the ocean, that one tree in the forest. In the end, it's not about standing helpless in the face of fire. It's about being the one who starts the initiative to put it out. Each one of us has a responsibility, a role to play. So, what will you do with your power of one? Will you stand by, or will you take that first step, inspiring others to do the same? The choice is yours, and it starts today. Thank you very much.